Welcome to my tag of the day. Today's tag is going to be using different distress inks, Oxide and regular distress ink, stamps, and die cuts. So to start, I am going with Victorian Velvet Distress Oxide, doing an all-over color on my tag, rubbing it in. Make sure you start off the paper, rub into the paper. Then I spritz some water on the mat and I dip my tag in it. I wanted a splotchy effect. Next I'm going with Bundled Sage Distress Oxide, this time going direct to the mat, or excuse me, the craft sheet, water, rub it out, and then dip. So it's giving you different, basically layers. It looks like more texture on your tag. I'm going in with brushed Corduroy Distress ink, so not an Oxide this time. And I'm just going to go around the tag, add a little bit to the corners so it just doesn't look like there's just brown on the outside. So I blended it in a little. I wanted a little bit more splatter effect, so I spritz some water in my hand to make almost like a puddle, and then you drop it on. So you can see there is different texture to the ink, if you can have texture to ink. So it just gives a different effect on your inking. I'm going to use my Misty platform this time. I am stamping a bigger image, and I haven't had much luck in the past couple tags, so I brought out the platform using a large stamp from Stampers Anonymous. This is one of Tim Holtz's first stamp sets. It's the IC Paris stamp set, and it's the big carte postal stamp image, like what would be on the corner of a postcard, just blown up. So I am using Wilted Violet for my stamp ink color this time. That's also a distress ink, not an Oxide. I did have to stamp twice, so good thing I brought out the platform. I am going to dig through my Tim Holtz Backdrops stash, looking for a coordinating color. I pulled out a couple other colors initially, didn't really like the way they stood out, so I went with the darker. I'm running it through my Big Shot machine. It's the big perspective butterfly die. It has a lot of little pieces for the butterfly, so I brought out my piercer and just punched the extra pieces out. I was going to go on the right side of the tag, or excuse me, left to right, but then I noticed I ripped the wing, so I shifted it over. So I'm going to use the other side. I'm using my Art Glitter Glue Precision Metal Tip applicator with my glue, which is a big help when you're doing these little tiny fine lines. So add some glue, stick down the tag, trim off the extra, and that's the look so far. I did need to add more glue. Precision metal tip for the win. Makes it so much easier to get those fine little details. So added some glue. I wanted to soften it a little, so I am going to use the Picket Fence Distress Paint, a little bit of water, and a brayer. So I saw this technique from Tim Holtz a while ago, and he just brought it again this past weekend, so I thought I would give it a try. Light layer of paint on the brayer. I'm just going to lightly roll over the image. I wanted the ink to mostly grab onto the butterfly edges to soften it up a little, so it didn't just look like dark paper. So there we go. A couple different techniques in this one. It took about 25 minutes or so to do this, only because there was a lot of heat setting in between. Small Talk sticker for a highlight, or a little bit of word up in the top corner, and there's another tag. For more of my Tag of the Day videos, please visit me on YouTube. I have a playlist that has my Tag of the Day videos. There's process videos with descriptions like this, or a really quick reel that's less than 3 minutes, but it is at a quick speed, so be aware of that. But this is my tag. Hopefully you guys got some inspiration from it. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great day.